It's time for tunnel meeting number 175, and it's January 13th, 2026. And today we are being joined by Kevin, Guillermo, Colleen, Scrollity Scroll, Fanny, Max Miles, and Effium. Thanks for being here and sharing your time with us. As you can see on screen, a relatively concise agenda for today, starting off with a couple of mentions on upcoming events, and then I wanted to give a little update on the restructuring that is ongoing. And if there is room after that, there very well might be. There's space for open topics where pretty much anything goes. And a quick reminder on what the ambassador program even is and what we're doing. We're a group of like-minded people that are quite in tune with the mission and vision of SingularityNET and its wider ecosystem and its mission, building towards beneficial AGI. We do this through a wide range of self-organizing work groups. So if you're interested in helping out, we do have a work group that fits your talents, your needs, your passions. Do hop onto our Discord server, and there you'll find a how to join section, and this will get you going. Then, yeah, a couple of mentions. Tomorrow there's the deep funding open all hands at 14 UTC. And I think there might be some updates on the ideation challenge they're having. Don't pin me on that, but it shouldn't be too long before updates are coming on that. I think tomorrow all hands might give that. Then a little note on the tunnel of the 27th of January, which is going to be the last tunnel of the month. I figured it would maybe be a good idea to ask all work groups to give like a 1-2 minute overview on how you're doing, what are you doing, kind of like a super quick check-in kind of approach. Over the past, well, I guess half a year, we've been inviting a couple of work groups every time rather than all of them. I don't know. I kind of feel that also comes with the side effect of some work groups not giving updates. So yeah, it was just a thought, and I figured let's check in with Town Hall, what they're feeling about it. So yeah, basically the check would be, would it make sense to ask all the work groups to, it can be very small, but just a couple of lines on an update, or should we stick to the approach of inviting a couple and allow them a little bit more time for a bit more thorough update? Any thoughts in the room? What would make sense to do there?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I'm going to be 1 year older on the 27th, so we'll be here. We'll be back online. So yeah, 3 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Should be
If we
good.
actually have all work groups going 3 minutes, well, that would already fill the slot completely, which in itself is fine.
I think let's keep it to a minute. But yeah, I think we should ask everyone.
Okay. Anybody thinking that's a super stupid idea? Please speak up before I conclude that that's a decent way of going about it. All right. So yeah, maybe 1 or 2 minutes will probably be the phrasing then. All right. Yeah, then to follow up on that, work group updates, town hall. It's time for a work group syncing call, and I figured 26th, sorry, a week later, February 2nd, that Monday, would make sense. We had decent, I think at least, decent attendance on earlier Monday-based work group syncing calls. So I figured that would make sense for that. And last but not least, on Monday the 26th at 16 UTC, there will be a discussion session. This is organized through AI Ethics Workgroup on the ecology and sustainability around AI. And Tina, who joined us last week in Town Hall, she'll be facilitating that discussion. And I imagine there will be a bit of a tiny infographic or some background in the topic so people
Yeah.
can read up a little.
Yeah, they will.
Yes. Oh, and yeah, thanks for sharing the workgroup single rolling agenda document, which is very much open for suggestions on what to discuss during the workgroup syncing call. Am I skipping something on the discussion session? Hopping a bit back and forth here, sorry.
No, I don't think so. It's just to flag up that it's happening, but we'll have a bit more detail like next week.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and slide that. Ooh, it fully overlaps with Strategy Guild call. Maybe that's something we can have a second look at.
Oh, right. I didn't realise that. Yeah, maybe we do need to rethink the time then. I'll let Tina know and see.
All right. Yeah, to be continued. But at least looking forward to that session. Whether it's 1 hour earlier or later, that's all good. Cool. I think that concludes the mentions for now. Which brings us to a little update on the restructuring of the ambassador program. A bunch of links. Basically, earlier today during governance, we had a pretty decent session on planning the upcoming quarter of governance sessions. And let me go ahead and will this just, yeah, copy link address. Okay, I need to copy paste a bunch of stuff into the chat, but the first one is the schedule for the, let me actually show that, should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see today, today's session was on the topic selection for the upcoming quarter. And then, we have 2 sessions, Tuesday, one on Thursdays, and coming Thursday we'll start with covering the responses on the interviews and the input that has been given by a lot of you on the restructuring. And we reserved a total of 3 sessions for this, as you can see. So next week we'll also have 2 sessions on the same topic. Let me copy this one. Overlays. It's a bit annoying. There we go. And there's a document which allows you to completely, in any free-form format almost, you feel like to give input on what you're like, what you would like to see in this restructure and what we should focus on. So yeah, that is still very much open for input. Starting Thursday, we'll start, yeah, covering the inputs. I don't think we'll put a super strict deadline like you need to put in stuff before Thursday. Any input is welcome. Yeah, as you can see, from beginning of February, there's the aim of having John Grove over from SingularityNET operations side to share a bit on the vision that right now is being worked on by the foundation. Also with me from ambassador side and Jan from deep funding side and Esther and Haley from BGI side. And yeah, on a very high level, the ideas from the foundation is to basically combine the forces and grow the community a lot and have it focus on yeah, basically the prime pieces of the tech stack being ASI Chain and OpenCog Hyperon. Both of them need a lot of open source developers, and that community, well, it needs to multiply by a lot. I don't think there's concrete numbers yet, but a 10x is in the cards. However, yeah, right now it's not completely finalized yet. But starting February, there's going to be a lot of room for input, not just from our side, also from deep funding community and BGI community. And yeah, just wanted to give a little overview on the plans there. Oh, and accidentally, there was not that much more on the slide. to cover here. Would be quite happy to turn it to the room to see if there's any questions or any comments, things we should keep in mind, anything like that on this topic. Feel free to. Silence. All right. Well, that does bring me to pretty much the last slide of this deck, being open topics. And I did earlier today want to put out it's basically something I want to do for these town halls is similar to the governance rolling agenda document, provide a place where people can kind of request topics to cover, because I don't mind giving updates on stuff that's happening, but the idea behind the town hall is that the whole town gets into a hall and discusses what's going on, rather than, one or two people reading out some lists of items. So I think I'll simply just make a form where people can submit or reserve a slot. Yeah, I have to puzzle a little bit, but I will make it as simple as possible. Then again, I don't get the impression that right now the lack of a form is what's holding people back. So yeah, we might be going for a very short town hall today. Alternatively, if anybody has anything, literally anything to bring up or to ask or to share, that space is very much there. Funny. Yeah, that was the thing that I was trying to remember and did not manage to. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let me see if I can find that form without... Okay, I need to stop screen sharing for a second. In the meantime, Guillermo, you have your hand up. Please go for it.
Yeah, following up on what Mari mentioned, what we discussed today at governance. What we can do also, I can bring some update on regards of communicating with the objective of outreach and all the things we're discussing in terms of discussion and restructuring, empowering for the ASI stack and all the stuff that we have been doing already. So with that sense, probably it's good if we share a little bit of the video we're putting together, telling the story about governance framework, AI assist, that experiment we already have going on. I would mention today governance meeting, probably to fill not to take anyone's time, but also a short recap. We did a call to action. We invite people to bring context feedback on the 2 iterations that we use the framework, and we share some questions on that. So in retrospective, probably not the best timing because it was prior Christmas holidays and all of that. But still, we got some, 5 or 4, feedback, answering the questions. So thank you for that. Probably next time we take it to a different level and we do it with a more preparation, and we go kind of limit the format, because it would be great to have like video formats, blocks of this, because the UX and also the human aspect of how we interact with this specific kind of tool that we're building, it will really make the use case that we are building even more stronger, let's say, to have proper English. Sorry for that. But for the last couple of weeks, we have been struggling trying to decide how we build a context, because we can go straightforward. We can go, AI assist for governance, consent process, but that didn't set up the proper context for this, showcasing what we built. So I'm going to share screen. Again, this is not final at all. It's only 1 minute that set up the tone. So we have been working on that context setting on the origins of the Ambassador program, and the architecture we built, because we built a governance framework on top of that. So we didn't tell that story. We will just be talking about tech, and that's kind of not useful because we are all about how we use tech. So yeah, so I'm gonna just do it. Let me get it on. I'm sure. Let me get the Zoom. Peter, if you can co-host me so I can share screen, that would be great.
Yeah.
So the voiceover is still not in because, well, till we don't have the final visual script, I don't want to do things 3 times. Okay, so I'm gonna play it live with the flow of what it's saying on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna keep the stupid music track that I put on the background just to set up that it's part of building content. But yeah, definitely, we need to tell the stories of our track record and also what we're building and doing. So with no further ado, I'm gonna just try to keep this one. Let me go for it. I'm gonna do opposite screens. Okay. Again, hate it or love it. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Let me get the music because it's really cool to have it on. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Well, welcome to the AI Assist Framework experiment from the SingularityNET Ambassador program. What we are, SingularityNET Ambassadors program is a self-organized network of workgroups and guilds led by core contributors, blah, blah, blah. More context. So May 10, 2022, the Ambassador first town hall went on live. From then, different workgroups and guilds start forming and getting into shape. For then later on, again, timing, start interacting within spaces. Then we figured out and map the allocation and attribute administrative. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause it. But again, okay, I jump with the audio late, but still, again, I'm doing this live, okay? So be gentle. But the idea is to put the context of the whole trip, okay? Blah, 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 how the work groups start highlighting and identifying needs. Then we build and categorize, figure out where we were lacking and try to organize. Then we really finally got a map about ourselves, and we used budget planners and Excel sheets and blah, blah, blah to that. And then keep going to the timeline. So Q2 2020, Q3 2024, R&D Guild, and the story will keep going. Till that end, till we set up the context, it's not already, less than 1 minute. So the idea is to keep it short, entertained, and again, I'm going to throw all the information that I think we should be telling on this iteration of this, let's say 3 minute and a half, because if not, it's too long, okay? But the idea is to follow this. So context setting, the objective of what we're trying to achieve is to design and develop, let me share the other screen. Where we, on the second phase, we target the objective of what we're doing, okay? And then we go back to the design of it, you know, and how we integrated the ASI stack. And then finally, the idea will be to go into the first iteration of the tooling. because we do have outcome, we do have data set results and all that. And also, yes, set up what will be the next step on the V3 design. And the challenge is to do it all before 4 minutes, and again 3 and something. So later on, we can share this in all our channels. And also, again, I really would like to set up the timeline with all the elements, so you guys can kill, and tell, this is good, this is bad, I like it, we are missing this, we are missing that. And we do it on a good time window, so we can share it, let's say, the end of January, to be realistic, because I'm going to be offline. I'm going to try to keep working on the farm, but there's not too much electricity, as I mentioned. So I'm going to charge the computer at the end, and I'm going to also have some time off screen. But that will be the idea. And to have it ready to share by the beginning of next month. That's the status situation on that.
Yeah, awesome. But we're curious to see if you can actually cut it to 3.5 minutes, because I don't know, from personal experience, that's really the worst, to have to cut, kill your darlings.
Yeah, I know, but I think that we didn't set up the context. We were lacking a lot of information on what we're doing, because we really design an architecture, and then the whole thing about what is consent process, because we don't vote. So how the narrative on that. So I think we're going to have some, comebacks, and also discuss probably with Vani a lot of in the wording of what we use, how we say things. And then also some other stuff that I've been putting together in regards of the interactions with the AI assist, because in regards of the question we put out, there's not too much on. Yes, if people use it, know on how we have some results, okay, in specific queries for the AI asset. So to put that in context, also, what were the results? The idea of putting an ID for the proposals to help and be more efficient in sustainability, a lot of stuff. So definitely the challenge is going to be to put it in between 3 minutes. And also figure out if it's good if we keep putting efforts on this, okay? If we believe it's good or not. Also, we're going to have to make a decision too.
Yeah, very fair. There's a nice offer for you waiting in the chat.
Definitely, Vani. Everything is more than welcome. And I do have a script already. Wrote it down, but I've been cutting and posting. And also to be practical, we can't share everything. The first one was avoiding the history of our program. Was straightforward to the work we have today was more, but I think we will be missing about the community. So, and if we don't describe the community, it's kind of so we have those two options, okay? Again, there's a decision we all can do together for that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Show the origins, people coming together, the program building out, and next evolution is AI assist. Story-wise, it makes sense to me, at least. But yeah, cool. Any comments or questions? I guess we'll just see it popping up, right? Slightly connected to that, actually. On the it's a bit early, I guess. But maybe some of you have seen the Omega Seed bot on ASI Telegram channel specifically. It's a neat little conversational agent, knows a lot about ASI and about OpenCog Hyperon. That's its current training set. It's starting to look like I can be doing some project management on that side, so it could also open up more actively using it or elements of it. Yeah, it's relatively early for that still, but starting to look like that might be something coming for me. And if it will end up on my plate, I'm definitely gonna push for open sourcing it as much as possible. So yeah. All right. I think, well, again, the invitation is very much out there. The floor is open for anyone to take it. Alternatively, we can save ourselves 24 minutes and go towards wrapping up for today. I don't see anyone unmuting, so I'll just give a quick overview on the upcoming goals.
I mean,
oh yeah,
do you want to screen share the invisible work form?
yes, I managed to forget it. After forgetting about it, I forgot about it again. Oh, terrible. Here we go. I had it ready, but yeah. Yeah, so basically, put it in chat. Oh, that's a different link. Yeah, okay. So the second to last message is the link to this form. And yeah, it's basically an initiative to give a little extra attention, let's say, to people that do invisible work. And there's quite a lot of invisible work going on, which yeah, I'm not fully gonna read out all the text. You can do so yourself. Let me zoom a bit, because why not? It's the small things that really make the difference, and that we're humans, and these kind of small interactions are really yeah, can make or break someone's day. Let's put it like that. Then there's okay, a background link, and the idea is for if you want to, every week you'll have the opportunity to nominate someone that did something that made you think, made you laugh, made you see something in a new way, or anything else you like and value. So it's pretty open. Yeah, and as you can see, there's an option to give a little bit of context, which is not required. And then the person that gets nominated, as you can see, it's not a competition. So it will be everybody that gets nominated will receive a couple of Mints tokens. And quite important, it is anonymous. So yeah, it's I didn't read this part yet, but yeah, please
Just
do.
to say quickly, it might not be MINS tokens. We're talking about the idea of whether we need a new token to sort of track contribution. And there is a plan to discuss that during this quarter in governance. Can't remember what date. But the main point is that, okay, if you're not getting any monetary rewards, at least it should work towards you getting core contributor status and, making sure that you have some governance clout if you're putting a lot in to the ecosystem. So yeah, might not be mins, but it will be something.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and so just please don't completely spam the system with nominations. I guess at some point we'll have to break it, but let's start off easy. Yeah, I think that's covers this. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. You select the week, you put in a name to nominate someone, and you describe why. Um, yeah, and then a bit more context on why it was so nice. And that's it. Then you submit it, and the end. Any questions, comments, ideas on this? All right, then I think that's going to be it for today. We do have a couple of upcoming calls for the remainder of the week, being Thursday Open Governance Workgroup and African Guild. And on Friday, we'll have Marketing Writers and Video. And on Saturday, we'll have Gamers Guild. So there's 7 more to go. 6 more to go this week. So you won't have to be bored. Yeah, I hope to see you on any of those calls. And if not, we'll talk on Discord. Thanks for being here and sharing your time. And do have a nice remainder of your Tuesday. Cheers.